And we are back.
Where did we go?
We were here somewhere in ephemeral space.
Indeed, we are at the Lotos Club.
We have these wonderful guests that have joined us here on this marvelous evening at the Lotus Foundation Christmas Yule celebration. And I have a quick story, a Christmas story on Christmas Eve of the Lamb in the Woods. This was at Bastogne during World War II. And it was reported at Bastogne, and someone who we knew at the time and knew many years, Walter Cronkite, was also aware of the story. A bunch of soldiers, as you know, during the Battle of Bastogne, during the breakout, all of our soldiers were split up. And these 4 soldiers were stuck in a foxhole, and they were approached by a French boy in the middle. This is Christmas Eve when this took place, and said, "I've lost my lamb. Can you come help me?" Well, they didn't have anything better to do at the time. They were frightened to heck, and so they went with they went back to what they thought were their lines to look for this lamb in the woods. This little French boy was guiding them through the forest because this is the Ardennes, and they saw this light in the woods. And they went to that light in the woods, and the boy said, "You stay here and duck down." And he ran to the light and was gone. Their position, when they tried to go back to it, had been overrun by tanks of the 26th Panzer Division. They would have been killed. Okay? Of course, they immediately dispersed and went into Bastogne, where they were trapped during the war. This story was told by someone who knew Walter very well, and my uncle Willie. And I have a picture of this in Bastogne of the man who told him the story. And this was told many, many years in the service, after the war and many years thereafter. The miracle of the lamb in the woods.
You know, there's another one, too, from the First World War, where the troops were seeing bands of angels, fighting angels coming. That got them out of a tough situation at that time.
Correct.
You know, I
call it the miracle of Christmas.
Well, the all that is, which is the author of all miracles, takes us into a lot of little stories sometimes to help us understand what life's all about.
That's correct. I understand you have something for us.
Well, I do. This was a gift from a woman that I used to work with in television. She had an uncle who was a poet, and he wrote, his name was James Patrick Erdman. And I want to mention that name because this thing is so profound from when she first handed it to me. James Patrick Erdman, and it's called Touch Hands. And you'll get it when I start to read it.
Please.
Friends, dear friends, as years go by and heads grow gray, how fast the guests do go. Touch hands with those that stay. Strong hands to the weak, old hands to the young, around the Christmas board. Touch hands. The faults forget, the foe forgive, for every guest will go, and every fire burn low, and cabin empty stands. Forget, forgive, for those who may that Christmas day may never come to host or guest again. Touch hands.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that terrific?
And that leads us on, as they say, shall we roll back into the beautiful music of the holiday season?
Indeed.
Indeed, with Nat King Cole, Jewel, the Carpenters, and the Canterbury Choruses as we continue on.